Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the channel. This is Ratcliff and I'm building up to Manchester United taking on Liverpool, the arch rivals in the FA Cup. Any match against Liverpool is special for a Manchester United fan, but this one especially because Liverpool are vying for that elusive quadruple. Also, Liverpool are trying to catch that 20 league titles record of Manchester United. So United have to do something to, set them back on that on the elusive quadruple trail. And this is an opportunity for Manchester United to just put a spanner in the works and just derail that train towards the quadruple. Liverpool are coming at the back of some impressive results. They've gone through to the round of quarterfinal, I think, in the Europa League. So they are flying there in Europe. Also in the league, they are joint top or only 1 point behind Manchester City. So that is a contest that we are nowhere near. For United, this is the only trophy that they can salvage. And Liverpool is a big fixture and a tough fixture. And United haven't played well against Liverpool since a long time. I haven't seen them dominate Liverpool in any match. Obviously, they won 2-1 at Old Trafford last season when Ten Hag got his first victory in the Premier League. That was an impressive victory, especially the first half. Sancho was playing, he scored an early goal. Rashford scored a goal on counter-attack in the second half. That was all raised by 7-0 thumping at Anfield. I think United are still concussed from that loss, and I think it will be a tough fixture for Manchester United at Old Trafford. Coming to head-to-head, obviously in the FA Cup, Liverpool are far and wide the dominant side. They have doubled the victories, equal to the amount of draws. 8. United only have 4 victories. United dumped Liverpool out a couple of seasons back under Ole with Bruno Fernandes free kick. That was a 3-2 victory to Manchester United. Liverpool were reeling at that moment, and they won true representation of the team that was so dominant with the likes of Mane, Salah, and Firmino. I think only the recent history matters a bit in this match. Because under Ten Hag, we actually won 4-0 against them in our preseason friendly, which doesn't count for much. But in a Premier League fixture that we played against them at Old Trafford, I think we played some good football. We pressed them aggressively and won the ball back. I think they were caught a little surprised by the aggression that we showed that we haven't seen since then. I think that victory and one against Tottenham last season were the only 2 victories that I can count on my fingers, literally. One victory against Chelsea this season that we have actually played that kind of aggressive football, guts and glory type of football. But I don't think United to play that way in this match. I think United will soak the pressure and try to hit them on the counter attack. They might opt for that strange 4-4-2 formation if HOJLUND doesn't start. But I think he'll be back. He has trained on Friday and he might train on Saturday as well. I think he could be back for this match, which is important for Manchester. Obviously, we know under the Klopp revolution, Liverpool play with this high pressing, gegen pressing kind of football, and they dominate with their fullbacks, providing all the balls into the box and long balls. They depend highly on turnovers and trying to press teams and get those turnovers up the field so they can straight away attack them. They've always had fast fingers. Right now, Luis Diaz and I think Mohamed Salah would be back for this match. He played in the Europa League, scored. I think he has not started in the league for some time, but I think he'll play in the FA Cup from the start. And he's also got a great record at Old Trafford. Scored a hat trick at Old Trafford when they won 5-0. I think that loss under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still carries the trauma for Manchester United and their fans. To see Liverpool 5-0 ahead at halftime was atrocious and demoralizing. I think that is something that's going to linger with Manchester United for some time to come. Obviously, it's always Mohamed Salah. I don't like to call him more. I don't understand why he doesn't call that out, but looking at his Christmas celebration, I can assume why. But anyway, I think apart from him, Darwin Nunez has got some important goals. He's been on a hot streak. He also scored 2 goals in the Europa League fixture on Thursday. So if the likes of Evans or Harry Maguire start, I think his pace can be troubling for Manchester United. Luis Diaz hasn't looked the same. He doesn't have the kind of polish that we assume he would have. He doesn't have the same dribbling ability or that thrust, but he's always there and thereabout in terms of aggression, in terms of energy. I feel McAllister has done well, especially in last 2-3 months. Endo has certainly been a surprise package for me. He was man of the match against us when we drew at Anfield in December. They are missing Gravenberch. Cody Gakpo hasn't been starting, but I think the likes of Elliott has done well. In back four, obviously Van Dijk. I think he's been playing well, but the kind of hype around him is nauseating. I don't think he's back to his very best, but still he's doing well this season. Obviously, Robertson hasn't played much since his comeback from the injury. But I think he might start this match because of his experience and his success against Manchester United. Plus, playing at Old Trafford with that kind of pressure, Conor Bradley has looked impressive, promising in the right back position because Alexander Arnold hasn't been fit. Joe Gomez might be picked in that position just for the experience of playing at Old Trafford. But it wouldn't surprise me if Jurgen Klopp rewards Conor Bradley for his performances and starts with him in the right back position. The goalkeeper, obviously, is injured, undisputed number one goalkeeper in the world, even better than Edison in terms of a whole package, especially his shot stopping abilities, certainly better than Edison. So he'll be a big miss. But Kelleher has done well, especially in that Carling Cup final. I think he was heroic and really special. So he's a good shot stopper as well. On the ball, he's in as good as Ellison, certainly. But I think he'll be a good fill-in for this match. Let's move to the tactical board and break down the prospective lineups and football structure for both the teams. For Manchester United, I think it's a straightforward lineup and formation, 4-2-3-1. That's what they usually play with. I don't think they're gonna stick with that 4-4-2 formation. The likes of Bruno and McTominay playing in that double pivot as strikers. I don't think that experiment is gonna stay now that HOJLUND is back. I have a feeling that he might start, but if not, then he'll be on the bench, and we might see that formation, that inexplicable 4-4-2 with the likes of Bruno and McTominay. But I'm hoping that HOJLUND starter, inshallah, he does. Obviously, Fernandes will play alongside him or behind him in a withdrawn striker or a cam role. Rashford and Garnacho, I think, will stick to the wings. Wan Bissaka might be back. So if Wan Bissaka is back, I'd like to see Wan Bissaka playing in that right back position and Dalo revert into that left back position that he has played usually against the likes of Saka and Salah. And against Salah, I think it will be important because he scored and he had like 3 assists on Thursday. He'll be back raring to go against Manchester United. So I think that will be important. Evans is nursing a knock, so he might not start. But I think if he doesn't, there is a possibility that Maguire might be back. But I think if he does, then the likes of Darwin Núñez, especially, and the likes of Diaz will have a field day with our slow back line, especially with the likes of Maguire. I think they might target him if he does start. In midfield, we know that CASEMIRO is going to start. Don't have any solutions for our Malays in midfield. I don't think we can do anything without new personnel in that part of the field. And until that happens, I think we'll have to just make do with, this kind of counter-attacking transitional type of football. When actually transition is one play or one part of a football game, not actually a play style. So right now we actually don't have a play style. I think we're gonna struggle. We'll be hoping to pack as many men behind the ball and just hit the long ball to the likes of HOJLUND. Then he can give a knockdown to the likes of Bruno Fernandes, and then Garnacho and Rashford can bomb on and find those spaces behind the fullbacks that usually bomb forward with Liverpool. Coming to Liverpool, of course, I think Konate might be back for this match. If he doesn't start, I think Kwanzaa might have to come in, and who did well against City and Haaland, so it's not a big loss. And I think if Konza doesn't start and Konate is back, we might see the likes of Bradley starting, because to have someone like Bradley just given the freedom of Old Trafford and do what he has been doing for the last month or so, I think he might start. Obviously, I think Robertson might start this match. He did play in midweek on Thursday, so he might not be fully fit, but I think with the kind of experience he's had in this team and against Manchester United at Old Trafford, I think he might start this match. I think it's very likely that he might start. If he doesn't, then Tsimikas might come in. He's also done well. He played against Manchester United in December at Anfield. He did all right. Nothing major. Doesn't have the same kind of energy, but he's not a bad player. So a good fill in if Robertson doesn't start. The midfield has done really well, especially the second half against Manchester City. They dominated that midfield. The likes of McAllister and Endo have been scintillating, especially Endo, who's been a surprise package this season. Szoboszlai might start this match just for his goal threat and that aggression and the physicality in midfield, especially considering that he might play on the counter attack. So his recovery pace might be important because Endo and McAllister aren't really that quick. Obviously, they can also start with the like of Gakpo, who did play at Anfield and scored against us. I think he scored 2 goals at Anfield in that 7-0 rout of Manchester United. So I think he might start. But I think Salah is the danger man with Nunez and Diaz. They are a fearsome triumvirate up front. They've got the pace, they've got that ability to open up defenses, and with Salah especially, they've got clinical finishing in them. Obviously, Nunez and Diaz can be hit and miss, but particularly Nunez, especially over the last couple of months, has been in red hot form in terms of scoring goals by the bucket load. I think he's in great form, so he might trouble us. And with the likes of Varane and Maguire having not played for last month or 3 weeks in tandem, I think there might be some apprehension and some room for lapses of decision making and coordination. So I think Nunes might try to pick on that and try to exploit that. But they are missing the likes of Trent Alexander and Jota, who are one of the best players and surely get into that starting lineup quite easily. But I don't see that as a big weakness that United can exploit because they are a well-oiled machine and they know how to to replace those who are absent, and the players who come in have a clear job profile and clear blueprint of what to do on the pitch that United obviously severely lack. I can see Liverpool routing us, completely dominating and humbling us. But also, somewhere in the back of my mind, there is this hope that inshallah United can just hold on and just, have the kind of siege mentality at Old Trafford with the crowd behind them and just catch Liverpool on a bad day and try to get this goal on the counter attack. Obviously, Holland will be a big threat, and we need to be clinical. Whatever chances we do get to counter attack, we have to take care of the ball and try to find our opportunities to get in the box and get the likes of Fernandes and even the likes of Casemiro into the box just to have enough bodies in the box to cause them trouble. Every match that we play against the big four, big five clubs, there is this reputation in every Manchester United fan that there could be humbling in the offing. I think there is that sense of tension and sense of apprehension even before this match. But there's always optimism that at Old Trafford, at the Theatre of Dreams, players might be inspired for one night and might put in a performance like they did against Liverpool at Old Trafford last season. We might eke out a 2-1 victory or 1-0 victory. But I don't think we're going to keep them out. I think it's important that the likes of Rashford and Garnacho, if they start, they are clinical. Obviously, HOJLUND could be a big addition to the squad and the starting lineup if he does make it to the squad. I think it's important that we have some threat behind their defense for the likes of Van Dijk and Konate. If he plays dominant physically, we need that kind of presence to stir them about or cause trouble. Obviously, the likes of McTominay has played that role, but we all know that he's not good enough for this club and this team. It'll be interesting what lineup the Eric Ten Hag picks if Holland is fit and if we are able to catch them on the counter attack. Midfield that worries me. The likes of Casemiro and even Kobe Meno to a degree have been exposed, and we lack that mobility and that kind of physicality in midfield to compete with the likes of Liverpool, even with the likes of Wataru Endo and McAllister, who are diminutive but really aggressive. Szoboszlai may start also. He's also a physical specimen. He's not the best in terms of technical ability, but a hard runner and a great tackler also. He can get an odd goal as well, so he'll be a worry for us as well. Inshallah, we can get a victory and show some face for once against a big team, against the biggest team for us, against Liverpool at Old Trafford. Please join us for the Red Dissection episode where we'll bring all the breakdown, analysis, and player ratings for the match. So until then, take care, do good, pray for Palestinians and all the oppressed people. Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslim brethren for the Red Brotherhood. Assalamu alaikum.